This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Thursday, the 23rd day of January in the year 2020. I'm Gordon Mosley, thanking you for joining us. Here is what we're tracking tonight. In a strongly worded statement this afternoon, the Guyana Elections Commission said it is perturbed by recent attempts to discredit its work. GECOM said it is cognizant of the efforts by some whose sole intention is to disenfranchise thousands of eligible electors who participated in the house-to-house registration exercise. GECOM said this will not happen. The opposition leader Bara Jagdeo and former Attorney General Anil Nandlall have been critical of GECOM's decision to make changes to the revised voters list to include address changes for registered persons. In its statement, GECOM pointed out that Regulation 37 of the National Registration Residence Regulations Act, Chapter 1908, provides for the Commissioner of National Registration to make corrections to the revised list of electors. The Act states that if within a period of 21 days after he has certified lists, the Commissioner is satisfied that any entry or omission in any list as revised pursuant to Regulation 35 is incorrect through inadvertence in the course of such revision, he shall make or cause to be made the requisite correction to that list, and such copy thereof as is open for inspection at any registration office, and the Commissioner shall give to the person to whom such correction relates notice thereof, which may be sent by registered post to his last known address. The Commission said, considering the legal provision as outlined, it is confident in its system, which is vital to ensure that persons who would have had changes done to their addresses during the house-to-house registration exercise is in accordance with the law and does not fall outside of the statutory period. GECOM said it has a duty to ensure that the information of all electors is accurately reflected on the official list of electors to avoid confusion, adding that if the process is not done, electors will be required to travel to their old addresses to vote. And as such, those persons will be displaced and disenfranchised, which could result in low voter turnout and questionable election results. GECOM in its statement also urged the electorate to be extremely vigilant of the attempts by a few to create confusion, mischief, and derail the level of public confidence in GECOM to conduct free, fair, transparent, and credible elections. The Commission said it is working in the best interest of the electors. The Elections Commission recently made a decision to make changes to the addresses of more than 90,000 persons who participated in the house-to-house registration exercise. The old addresses for the persons had appeared on the revised voters list, and GECOM has now made a move to correct that. More news coming up in a moment.
The voting process. Once you have been identified as the elector you claim to be, you would be given a ballot paper that is stamped at the back, top and bottom halves in your presence. On the ballot paper, provision is made for you to vote twice. Once at the top section where you vote for the party of your choice in the general election, and once at the bottom section where you vote for the party of your choice in the regional election. Make your mark in the box provided on the right of your choice. After you have voted, fold the ballot paper as shown by the election official. Dip the first joint of your right index finger in the ink provided and place the ballot paper in the ballot box that is there for this purpose. You would then have to peacefully depart the polling station. For more information, contact GECOM on 225-027729, 223-9653, email pro@gcom.org.gy, or visit GECOM's website at www.gcom.org.gy.
Tired of long lines? Register with MyGTT at mygtt.co.gy. That's mygtt.co.gy to view and pay your bills from anywhere. Enter to win an Amazon gift card worth $25 or a bounty voucher worth 5,000 Guyana dollars when you sign up today. GTT, do more.
The Guyana Elections Commission has published the revised list of electors. Eligible persons are advised to check their information on the list posted in their respective areas or on the GECOM's website at www.gcom.org.gy. Persons who did transactions such as new registration, changes, or corrections to their information in the recent registration exercises must check the revised list of electors to ensure that they are listed and information is correct. If your information is not correctly stated, You must visit the GCOM office in your area on or before the 25th of January 2020 with the triplicate copy of the registration form referred to as the pink slip to ensure the update is done. The updated and corrected information will be on the official list of electors. For more information, visit our website at www.gcom.org.gy. Follow GCOM on Facebook at Guyana Elections Commission. Contact us on 225-027729 or 223-9653. Email pro@gcom.org.gy or the nearest GCOM registration office.
GBTI is your Guyanese bank, a bank that understands every customer's unique needs, opportunities, challenges, and financial concerns. At GBTI, we see you for you. Whether you're buying a new home or car, planning your next vacation or retirement, saving for your child's future, or whether you're ready to take that bold step of investing in your dream business idea, we are with you every step of the way. We hear your stories and watch you focus on your dreams as we share your aspirations. We are more than just banking. We are a family. We are part of your community. Our commitment extends way beyond the walls of our branches and is demonstrated every day in the opportunities we provide to our individual and business customers. The support, time, and commitment we give back to communities across Guyana to help improve the lives of our Guyanese families. Because we see Guyana through your eyes.
We are legions of men standing strong, but never too proud to stoop and help someone. We must send a clear signal to all. Do right, walk in upright ways, knowing that's what being a man is all about. And ever aware that things will only get worse when good men do nothing. Stand strong. Be the one to live right.
Fuel it up and drive, Super 95. Tune up. Fuel it up and drive, Super 95. Tune up. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guyoil Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guyoil's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive!
Welcome back. Still with election matters, the European Union has accepted an invitation by President David Granger for an election observer mission to be sent to Guyana to observe the upcoming elections. The core team of 8 elections analysts is expected to arrive on Friday and will be joined by other observers from the EU in February. They will remain in Guyana until the completion of the electoral process. In a statement today, the local EU mission announced that member of the European Parliament, Urmas Payet, has been appointed as the chief observer. The appointment was made by EU High Representative and Vice President Joseph Borrell, who is quoted in the statement as saying that the European Union values its partnership with Guyana, and the deployment of this election observer mission confirms the EU's commitment to support Guyana's democratic processes. The chief observer, Urmas Payet, believes it is crucial for the European Union to accompany the upcoming elections in Guyana. He said he's also confident that the observer mission will provide an important contribution as it wishes to support transparent and inclusive elections and strengthen the institutions in Guyana. The mission has said it will issue a preliminary statement and hold a press conference in Georgetown shortly after the elections on the 2nd of March. A final report, including recommendations for future electoral processes, will be presented at a later stage after the finalization of the electoral process. Well, the leader of the opposition and PPP General Secretary Bara Jagdeo today said he is still not satisfied with the work of the Guyana Elections Commission ahead of the upcoming elections in March. At his weekly solo press conference this afternoon, Mr. Jagdeo said the moves by GCOM to make corrections to the revised voters list appears suspicious.
What we thought was settled, now a resurgence, a surreptitious resurgence of activities that should really never have taken place. That when the revised voters list was produced, which included the PLE plus the 6,000 names, odd names from the claims and objections, new registrants, plus the 16,000 new registrants that they claim had done house-to-house registration, that there should be no change thereafter because the statutory process had been complied with. And then now we're hearing internally that 91,000 changes will be made to the voters list where addresses will be changed.
He said a large number of changes that have to be made has raised the eyebrows of many, and he wants the revised voters list closely scrutinized.
This must be a cause for concern for the whole country, but particularly the chair, to allow the staff to make 91,000 changes to the revised voters list in addresses when they made so many errors, even with the inputting of the data for the cross-referencing, the fingerprinting exercise. The margin of error was over 100%. So, and a minor error here could result in the disenfranchisement of voters.
The Elections Commission, in a statement this afternoon, said its move to make the changes is covered in law and is meant not to disenfranchise anyone. While the Liberty and Justice Party has branded as fake news a recent report that its presidential candidate Lennox Schumann has been barred from running in the upcoming general and regional elections because of his dual citizenship status. Schumann is a Guyanese Canadian who has since confirmed that he filed to relinquish his Canadian citizenship. In a statement on Thursday, the party said the information suggesting that Schumann was barred from running is grossly incorrect. The one-year-old party said that on Wednesday it received a letter from the chairperson of the Guyana Elections Commission, and that letter requested confirmation of Mr. Schumann's citizenship status to further guide any future decision on the possibility of removing him as a candidate from the party's list. The statement said that Schumann has until the 31st of this month to submit the information to GECOM. Following a statutory meeting on Tuesday, GECOM commissioners confirmed that the decision was made to remove Mr. Schumann and two other presidential candidates from the list. The individuals were removed from the list of candidates because they held dual citizenship status at the time of submitting their declarations on nomination day, which was the 10th of January. The declaration form, which the candidates signed, outlines a constitutional requirement from Article 155(1), which states that no person shall be qualified for election as a member of the National Assembly who is by virtue of his own act under allegiance, obedience, or adherence to a foreign power or state. The move by GECOM to have those candidates removed came on the same day that the Commission published the list of all candidates contesting the elections in local newspapers. But according to the LJP, which described the information as false, Schumann was never removed from the list. The party said such information is pure definition of election propaganda, while it urged the public and its supporters to be aware and dismiss fake news, even if it comes from commissioners attached to GECOM. Some good news now for Guyana in the fight against corruption. Transparency International released its 2019 Corruption Perception Index report this morning, listing Guyana among the countries with significant improvements in the fight against corruption. According to the report, with a score of 40, Guyana is a significant improver on the CPI since 2012. While there is still much work to be done, it said the government is demonstrating the political will to hold former politicians accountable for the misuse of state resources. The 2019 report ranks Guyana at 85 out of 180 countries, representing Guyana's best showing in the report in the past 15 years. The report also highlighted that Guyana has been steadily improving its ranking significantly between 2014 and 2019, moving from a ranking of 119 in 2015 to 85 last year. The 2019 report lists Guyana among 3 countries that saw a significant change in its score on the Corruption Perception Index between 2014 and 2019. The other 2 countries are Greece and Estonia. Guyana's score of 40 out of 100 on the Corruption Index is also its best performance in the past 15 years. In 2005, Guyana scored 25. In 2010, the score was 27. And in 2015, it moved to 29. The score jumped to 34 in 2016, then to 38 in 2017, before losing 1 point and moving down to 37 in 2018, but regaining the trend of improvement last year, reaching 40. Under the scoring methodology used by the Transparency International Group, a score between 0 to 9 means a country is highly corrupt, while a score between 90 to 100 points to a country being very clean. Guyana has found itself close to midway on that scale. Turning now to the banking sector, American multinational investment bank Citibank is looking at the possibility of entering the Guyana market and setting up operations here. Over the past 2 days, a team from the bank's headquarters in New York has been meeting with government and private sector officials in Guyana as part of an exploratory and fact-finding mission. The officials held discussions with Foreign Affairs Minister Dr. Karen Cummings on Wednesday and also met with the Private Sector Commission. Chairman of the Private Sector Commission, Captain Jerry Gavaya, told News Source that the team appears to be looking at the economic possibilities in Guyana, as well as the financing of major development projects. Captain Gavaya said it is absolutely good news for the private sector that Citibank is looking at doing business in Guyana. He said the Private Sector Commission always welcomes foreign investment, and when a bank like Citibank looks at Guyana, that has to be taken seriously and is therefore welcomed. Mr. Gavaya said the presence of a bank like Citibank in Guyana would do well for the local banking sector and the business community, since the bank's presence could see more investment capital being made available to support major development projects. With Guyana starting oil production and the economy expected to see growth by more than 84% this year, the country has been attracting more investors. Still with banking, local commercial bank Citizens Bank had a very good 2019, and the bank is now focusing on expanding its services and branches. At the annual general meeting of Citizens Bank on Tuesday, Chairman of the Board of Directors Clifford Reese revealed that in 2019 the bank raked in profits of more than $955 million, which represents a 58.6% increase over the 2018 figures. Mr. Reese credited the bank's success to existing market factors, including but not limited to high liquidity and intense competition among leading institutions, with a resultant decline in interest rates.
My fellow shareholders, I am pleased to report that Citizens Bank Guyana Inc. has had a successful year, recording profits after taxation of $955.2 million, an increase of $352.9 million, or 58.6%, when compared to the prior year. This result was noteworthy given the existing market factors included, but not limited to, high liquidity and intense competition among the lending institutions. Our results were attained mainly through the growth and the improvement of an overall quality of our loan portfolio and the prudent management of our controllable expenses.
The chairman said the bank has been working closer with its customers. It saw a 7.2% increase in deposits, with private sector deposits also growing by more than 7% to $350 billion.
The growth of 8.3%, 8.7%, and 9.5% were recorded for deposits, assets, and revenue, respectively. The net income for the year ended September 30, 2019 was $3.1 billion compared to $2.7 billion the prior year, an increase of $393 million or 14.7%, and the profit before taxation of $1.6 billion compared to $1 billion the prior year, an increase of $600 million or 58%. The annualized return on average assets was 1.8%, while the return on shareholders' equity was 10.6% compared to 1.2% and 7.1% respectively in the prior year.
Finance Minister Winston Jordan attended the meeting on Tuesday and congratulated the bank on its growth, noting that with the economy of Guyana growing even more, the banking sector will also see significant growth. Citizens Bank Chairman Clifford Reese said with Guyana's economy expected to see significant growth this year with the start of oil production, the banking sector is also expected to perform even better. On the police blotter right now, a Leopold Street family is seeking justice following the death of a 31-year-old woman. The dead woman, 31-year-old Latoya Haywood, passed away this morning after spending the past 4 weeks in an unconscious state at a city hospital. She was stabbed to the chest in the region of her heart by another woman during a confrontation on Christmas Day. The suspect was never arrested. Family members spoke to News Source this morning, but requested that their identities not be made known. They said they are not satisfied with the police investigations.
Well, apparently the girl, the same child mother, made the report and everything, and they was waiting on a sergeant, and they were supposed to anytime they see the girl to pick her up. But the girl is here around all the time, she going out partying, she's around Guyana, and up to now she's not picked up by any police.
The suspect has been identified as Sheeza Ellis. Family members said she is still a free woman despite their reports.
Recently we're hearing that the girl goes to court and they got court matters and these things. So how is it that she got all this matter and the report is made? So why is it she's still out? Why is she going to court?
The family members also recalled that Haywood was at home with other relatives on Christmas Day when she got into an argument with the woman, and the argument quickly escalated. During that confrontation, the suspect pulled out a knife and stabbed Haywood, escaping in a car that she was driving. The injured woman initially told family members that she was not badly injured, but had to be rushed to the hospital after she collapsed. She never regained consciousness and was eventually declared brain dead. Across the Region is coming up next.
The voting process. Once you have been identified as the elector you claim to be, you would be given a ballot paper that is stamped at the back, top and bottom halves in your presence. On the ballot paper, provision is made for you to vote twice. Once at the top section where you vote for the party of your choice in the general election, and once at the bottom section where you vote for the party of your choice in the regional election. Make your mark in the box provided on the right of your choice. After you have voted, fold the ballot paper as shown by the election official. Dip the first joint of your right index finger in the ink provided and place the ballot paper in the ballot box that is there for this purpose. You would then have to peacefully depart the polling station. For more information, contact GCOM on 225-027729, 223-9653, email pro@gcom.org.gy, or visit GCOM's website at www.gcom.org.gy.
They've made a positive impact on the heavy-duty transportation industry in Guyana since they've arrived. Guyanese are amazed at their power, durability, efficiency, and superior handling capabilities. These are brand new trucks, manufactured in partnership with German, Italian, and French companies. They have a powerful reputation for operating under very adverse Guyanese conditions and come with full after-sales service and spare parts. They're the most sought-after trucks today, with over 500 units in Guyana, and they're available in over 100 countries, including South America and the Caribbean. Be smart. Buy brand new ST Howa trucks today. Call 608-4998 and arrange for an inspection at ST Truck Guyana Incorporated, Block B, Public Road, Covenant, East Bank, Demerara.
The Guyana Elections Commission has published the revised list of electors. Eligible persons are advised to check their information on the list posted in their respective areas or on the GCOM's website at www.gcom.org.gy. Persons who did transactions such as new registration, changes, or corrections to their information in the recent registration exercises must check the revised list of electors to ensure that they are listed and information is correct. If your information is not correctly stated, you must visit the GCOM office in your area on or before the 25th of January 2020 with the triplicate copy of the registration form referred to as the pink slip to ensure the update is done. The updated and corrected information will be on the official list of electors. For more information, visit our website at www.gcom.org.gy. Follow GCOM on Facebook at Guyana Elections Commission. Contact us on 225-027729 or 223-9653. Email pro@gcom.org.gy or the nearest GCOM registration office.
Tired of long lines? Register with MyGTT at mygtt.co.gy. That's mygtt.co.gy to view and pay your bills from anywhere. Enter to win an Amazon gift card worth $25 or a bounty voucher worth 5,000 Guyana dollars when you sign up today. GTT, do more.
GBTI is your Guyanese bank, a bank that understands every customer's unique needs, opportunities, challenges, and financial concerns. At GBTI, we see you for you. Whether you're buying a new home or car, planning your next vacation or retirement, saving for your child's future, or whether you're ready to take that bold step of investing in your dream business idea, we are with you every step of the way. We hear your stories and watch you focus on your dreams as we share your aspirations. We are more than just banking. We are a family. We are part of your community. Our commitment extends way beyond the walls of our branches and is demonstrated every day in the opportunities we provide to our individual and business customers. The support, time, and commitment we give back to communities across Guyana to help improve the lives of our Guyanese families. Because we see Guyana through your eyes.
Across the region right now, the United States and Wednesday urged Caribbean countries to be wary of accepting easy money from countries like China, as Washington sought to improve its decades-old relationship with the region. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, addressing a policy discussion on U.S.-Caribbean relations, acknowledged that the North American giant had been absent from the Caribbean for too long. He said he thinks that for too long the U.S. focused on the Caribbean only when disaster hit. Too many U.S. officials, he said, came to the Caribbean to talk about aid and aid alone. In recent times, Washington has become critical of China's investment in the Caribbean, with many regional states signing on to Beijing's Belt and Road Initiative, the global development strategy adopted by the Chinese government in 2013, involving infrastructure development and used by the Asian country to strengthen its connectivity with the world. But Mr. Pompeo told the Caribbean foreign ministers and other officials that it is tempting to accept easy money from places like China. But what good is that easy money if it feeds corruption and undermines the rule of law in the Caribbean? In neighboring Brazil, the number of police killings in Rio de Janeiro reached a record high last year, officials say, amid controversial hardline measures to tackle violence. Police killed 1,810 people, an average of 5 per day, the highest number since official records began in 1998. Critics blame the rise in policies that include the use of heavily armed agents and helicopter-borne snipers to fight criminals in densely populated areas. But officials say the approach has worked, citing a drop in violent crime. And finally tonight, international news. Lockdown measures are increasing across China's Hubei province to try to control the spread of a new virus that has left 18 people dead in the country. Wuhan, Hubei's capital of 11 million people, where the virus first emerged, has no trains or planes in or out. At least 5 other provincial cities are seeing clampdowns on transport. There are more than 500 confirmed cases of the virus, which has spread abroad, with Singapore and Vietnam the latest affected. The new strain of the coronavirus is believed to have originated at a market in Wuhan. One resident of the city said the atmosphere there felt like the end of the world. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting.